Police released a timeline very early on for Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle, and it showed them at a frat party from 8 to 9 p.m., but then nothing until 1:45 a.m. when they returned home. So if you do the math, that is a gaping 4-hour and 45-minute hole in the timeline for where these two were. Last week, we pointed that out on this show. And then this week, more than 3 weeks after the murders, the police began asking the public for information about that gap in the timeline, saying, you know, help us determine where this couple was in that 4 hours, 45 minutes. Do you have video? Did you see them? Do you have audio? Can you help us place this timeline? And then curiously, this happened today. The Idaho Statesman newspaper, again, they reported the following. Kernodle and Chapin were at a party at the Sigma Chi house for the full duration. From about 9 p.m. to 1:45 a.m., police have established. Police have established? No, they haven't. At least they sure aren't telling us what they might be telling the Idaho Statesman. They just asked us for help figuring out where they were for that 4 hours and 45 minutes. This just seems totally bizarre to us. Given that they haven't released anything official regarding this timeline, right? So what we do? Of course, we went back to the police and we asked the police if something had changed. Were they no longer in need of our assistance in helping to determine where Ethan and Xana were? Did the Statesman get something important that the rest of the media wasn't told? So now there's two messages out there? Okay, so here's what we got. We got an email, and we got it late today from what's being called the Moscow Communications Team. I hadn't heard that before, but that's new. And this is the quote that they gave us. Moving forward, we will not be doing reviews of the case process or answering any questions about previously released information. That's not helpful. And then in their latest public recap that was issued today, something different. Police said the couple was, quote, believed to be at the frat party all night, but still wanted more information about, quote, interactions and contacts and direction and method of travel. Are you confused? Because I am. Joining me now is Lauren Matthias, host of the podcast called Hidden True Crime. She's also a former broadcast journalist from East Idaho, and she's been following this case since the beginning with us. Lauren, get me off the ledge. What part of this do you know? Because listen, I don't think it's appropriate to ask the public for help about something really important and then not clear it up when there's a very large newspaper reporting that it's all good now. Nothing to see here. Police have established they think they were at the party all night, so let's not worry about it. No, there was a public appeal just a couple of days ago. Help us. There's a big, important timeline we need to figure out. What are you hearing in Idaho?
Yeah, I want to say not just something really important 4 weeks into the investigation, right? I've talked to a mother. I've communicated with a mother whose son is friends with Ethan. Her son went to the funeral. Her son, she says, also received a text from Ethan around 2, and he felt he was at the Sigma Chi house. Well, that woman called the police and gave him this tip. This was over a week ago, so this could have changed. But then when we spoke, she had not heard from police, and she thought at 2 he was at the Sigma Chi house.
You know, here's my question. People want to be confident, right? Parents are desperate for confidence in this investigation. I think the people of Moscow who are afraid of a maniacal killer who's out there, they want to be confident that the police aren't keystone cops in all of this. They want to be confident that maybe it's just a messaging problem, you know, but I don't work there and I don't live there, and I know that you do. Have you had issues with messaging and policing there before? Is this something people shouldn't worry about, even though I think in a situation this serious, this stuff is important?
Here's where I think messaging is an issue when it comes to Idaho. Idaho is quite rural. Boise is the largest population. But when everything's typical, I think that they embrace the news. When all of a sudden you have a case that's worldwide and you're not you haven't made an arrest, and it's going to affect the school and admissions. And what are they afraid of? I don't think they know how to handle this. And they do need a good communication line, but I'm also very concerned about the investigation too. I'm with you, Ashleigh. I'm absolutely with you. What are they doing, and why isn't this getting better, right? Why is it not getting better?
Why is it not getting better, right? We're tomorrow it's going to be a month, and that's devastating. It's devastating to the parents, and it's frustrating to the community, and it's upsetting to everybody else who cares deeply about this story and about the lives of these kids, and that there is justice for them. Lauren, Matthias, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.